Hello, and welcome to the Knights in the Nightmare Let's Play. This is video 5, covering scene 3. The music this time, the song is called Atlantis, from the game Kula World. Thanks for the suggestion, Awstriker. Pretty cool tune, I like the beat. So, last time we found a new knight class, the Hermit. Her name was Moira, and we recruited her. We also recruited another warrior, Bond. Furthermore, we talked a little about the obstacles in the stages and gave more details on how to acquire key items. Finally, we implemented a new gameplay mechanic, which is punishing enemies. That's when I hit an enemy with a knight that is at a higher level than the enemy. At that time, a yellow and black arrow pointing downward appears. If I touch that arrow, the enemy takes some bonus damage. It's not a huge amount of damage, but if I can get to that arrow safely, I'll do it. I'll go for it. So, having said all that, we're ready for a new scene. And look what we have here, some more silhouettes. We have a green one here. Let's see. Another warrior, Michelle Kareem Levine. This will make the third warrior we've seen in the game. I think by now you guys know what warriors do in the game. And sure enough, Michelle's attack pattern is the same as Johan and Bond's. In Law phase, it's just kind of a straight line in front of him. And, oh my gosh. In Chaos phase, it kind of fans out a little. I also have the telltale yellow banner here telling me that a key item may make them join. The fact that I have a yellow banner tells me, yes, I have that item in my possession right now. Let's check out the top screen to get his stats. There was a suggestion in the thread that I just kind of sit on the data screen for a second or two, and if people want to pause the video, they can do so to read the information. That sounds like a good idea to me. However, if I see something noteworthy, I'll still comment. For example, Michel here, his vitality is only 10. Yikes, that's a little low. I'm going to talk more about this later, but a knight's vitality basically translates to the number of attacks he can perform. Once that vitality reaches 0, the knight disappears forever. So, yep, he or she is deleted from the game. So, a vitality of 10 is kind of low. We'll have to keep an eye on that. At any rate, Michelle will be another warrior joining us. But what's this? There's another silhouette on the field, and this one's a new knight class. This new unit is a lance knight. So let's put the stylus to him and see what his story is. Looks like his name is Martin Scott, and just like any other knight, he's demonstrating to me his attack pattern. It might be hard to tell since he's in the corner, but he's actually facing all 4 directions. So yeah, we have a knight class that will attack in any direction. That's pretty handy. But there's another twist. I can't demonstrate it right now, but during the gameplay, Martin will actually rush forward up to 2 squares if I charge him for an attack in Chaos phase. That rushes his attack, and so now we have a knight that can actually move around on the field. So that's pretty exciting. The last knight does have some restrictions though. He can't move to spaces that have an elevation difference greater than 1. So, what does that mean? Well, if you look here, the square I'm touching right now has an elevation of 0. You can see it in the bottom right corner, the height 0.0. However, if I look around, there's a 0.5, there's a 1.0, and eventually we find a 1.5 and a 2.0. Fortunately, all of these have a small enough gradient that the Lance Knight would have no problems traversing it. If, say, the elevation jumped from 1.0 to 3.0, the Lance Knight would not be able to climb it. And to make matters worse, remember that the action of moving is his attack. So if he can't move, he won't be able to attack at all. So he'll just sort of sit there and pout. So there are some restrictions, but we can work around them. I should point out that that's only in Chaos phase. In Law phase, he just sits there. He can still attack in any direction, but he won't actually move. Well, since he can move, that gives us some new options, so we're going to have to reprioritize. Our top priority is still to get those guys recruited, and then our second priority is to get key items. However, if you look at the screen, there's a patch of grass way up here on the other side of the field, and it's got a key item. Break to find a key item. So, well, it's out of reach for our knights, so Martin is going to have to trot over there so he can beat up on the grass. And each time he moves, it's going to require me to charge him up. Remember, that move is his attack. So my 60 seconds that I get for each round is going to have a chunk of it taken out just so I can get him over there. It's not a big deal, but it's something to take note of. So now I need to contend with getting Martin over there, as well as getting the other key items. And alright, we'll deal with it. Before I forget, let's check out this last silhouette. So this guy's name is Norton Noah Gardner. And as the bottom ribbon says, he's not a knight. So he's just some random guy that got killed in the area. He can't be recruited and he won't fight, but there is a yellow banner that says, trade a key item for a weapon. So, one of the key items I got earlier in the game can be given to this guy, and he'll give me a weapon. So I'll fit that in when I can. Alright, so what's the plan here? What are we going to do? Well, first, as always, we recruit these guys, Michel and Martin. Then, we need to get Martin to the top so he can deal with the objects in the field. I should point out, these two objects here are log bridges. And they actually, yes, they serve as a bridge. So if we destroy them, the pathway is blocked until they respawn. Now remember, only warriors can actually destroy items, or excuse me, destroy objects, I should say. And that's only if they're at 100% damage, which is the fragile status. However, if they're destroyed, then the bridge is out, and you can't cross paths. So ground-type enemies won't be able to cross, and neither will our knights. I think air movement enemies can still cross, though. Alright, so I'm going to charge Martin in Chaos and move him up 2 spots. He'll slam into this Dryad here, and remember that's actually his attack, and that's gotta hurt getting tackled by a frickin' horse. Alright, next I'll charge him up again, and he'll move up another 2 spots. 1, 2. From there, I'll charge him up one last time, and I'll move him up 1 spot to there. Now, from sitting here, he can use a law weapon, and he'll be able to attack the grass and these 2 log bridges. So he should be able to beat these up enough to get the key items. In the meantime, Michel can use a law weapon to hit this crate, and he'll be able to get the key item out of that. So I'm proposing that both knights here have a law weapon. That's not ideal, but if we run out of magic points, we can have Michel use regular attacks in Chaos Phase, and he should be able to get some gems pretty quick. He can hit this guy, and both of these guys, if a Dryad appears here, he'll be able to hit it. So he shouldn't have too many problems hitting enemies. Alright, once we get the key items, I think I'm probably going to move Martin to here, and then he can spend the rest of the scene attacking in Law Phase in a straight line down. He should do a decent job covering that area, and then Michel can cover the bottom area with Chaos. Alright, we have a plan. Alright, let's equip some key items. So, go to inventory. I'm in the table, I need to go to the list. Alright, leather wallet. This is for Norton, the NPC. So, sorry Norton, I'm not going to worry about you right now. I don't have enough spots to get your key item in this turn. Alright, we have an indigo ocarina. Michel may have a connection to this. Let's put it in there. And slim darts. It looks like Martin has a connection to this. Alright. Okay, we need to equip our weapons now. I want Martin to have a law weapon, so let's see what we have. Go back to the table. Sort by Lance Knights. We have 1 neutral weapon, 1 sanctuary weapon, and 1 darkness. Well, the Sanctity weapon, Paladin Lance plus 6, level 10. Martin is only level 5, so he won't be able to wield that. So that's out of the running. Take you away. So, that brings it to the Halberd and the Darkish. Let's see if there's any advantage to picking a neutral one or a dark one. Propose that Martin will actually be here when he's trying to fight the enemies. It looks to me like this is a neutral spot, so there's potentially a neutral Dryad that'll appear here. Martin will attack in a straight line here, but I would expect that some of this would get splash damage. So I don't want to have a neutral weapon hitting this. It won't get very much damage. That's pretty much the best argument I can see for picking one weapon over the other. So we will go with the Darkish. Alright. Michel still needs a weapon. And remember, this first round, he's going to have a law weapon. I'll switch it out for a chaos afterwards, but first he needs to get the crate open. So, take away the sort for Lance Knights. Go to Warriors. And what are our options? Good old slasher. Yep, always there for us. Cross Axe is a chaos weapon. Don't want right now. Frozen Axe. Oh, where would we be without Frozen Axe? But it's a chaos weapon. Can't have. And Barbarian Axe. The requirement is level 8. Michelle's only level 7. So that settles that. Once again, we're going to use the slasher. Alright. I think we have a plan here. I think we're ready to go. I'll start in Chaos Phase because I'm going to be charging with Martin as my first real actions of the game. But before that, of course, I'll be recruiting these guys. Okay, I guess let's start it up. Defeat enemies and fill one line of kill markers. In this case, I have 9 turns. And if you notice, the kill matrix is still 4x4. So that's the same as it was for the last round. Alright, let's do this. Alright, let's see what these guys have to say. He seems kind of confused.
I shall fulfill my duty.
Well, check this out. He mentions Johan. Apparently him and Johan are pals. Interesting. That'll be useful later. Alright. Alright. Whoa. Alright, these guys are recruited. They will join me at the end of the round, provided I win. Time to get down to business. Alright, I'm not going to equip Martin because we're in Chaos. He doesn't even have a Chaos weapon, but I want him to move. There we go. Good job. One movement. Move again. Alright, only move 1 square this time. There we go. We can now start beating on the objects to get key items. Something popped out, grabbed it. Let's beat on these bridges now. Two things popped out. Nice. Michelle, your turn. Oh, I missed all those down arrows. Huh. But no matter, he grabbed the key item. Alright, Martin, go into your corner. We are set up to fight now. Of course, Michelle doesn't have a weapon in Chaos Phase because I couldn't fit it. So we're kind of at a spot where we can't do a whole lot more. Oh, I take it back. Those guys parked right up next to Martin. Alright, we got a kill. Got some bonus damage there. Let him have it, Martin. I'm going to spend the rest of this turn trying to get gems, so I'm ready next time. Alright, and I can't resist. Oh, he got away. Shit, I got outsmarted by a friggin' tree. Let's see if we can get one last hit in. There we go. I ran out of time. I didn't get all the kills. That's fine. I got 3 key items here. I think that was all of them. Oh, excuse me, I had 4. Yep. I think that's all of them, though. And here we are with the familiar monster slots. I'm going to be gunning for a blob because I want to demonstrate a new gameplay element. So, let's see if I can do it this time and not screw it up like a moron. Shit. Anyway, I got the tree person just like I wanted. Pretty good. Alright, you, and you. Alright, 3 more trees, fine. We want to actually fight this time, so I'm going to give Michelle a chaos weapon. So, we're still sorted by warrior, good. I have cross axe and frozen axe as my options. Let's see, we have a ice one or a holy, or excuse me, sanctity. Let's see if we have an advantage of one over the other. Well, there's an ice monster here, so I don't really want to hit him with an ice weapon. Yeah, that really seems like the best argument right now, so I'll put in the cross axe. And Michel, yep, he will wield it. In the meantime, Martin can just snipe away in Law phase. I really don't want to mess with him in Chaos phase, running all over the place. It gets confusing, and if you're not careful, you could put yourself in a corner and have to get your way out. As for Norton, we still have a key item we owe him, so let's go back to the list. Here's a leather wallet. Don't worry, I've taken all the money out of it. So I'll give this to Norton at the beginning of the match, and then he'll give me a weapon for it. I think we're good to go. We're just going to start pounding on enemies now. Michelle can cover the bottom in Chaos phase pretty good. And Martin can cover the top in Law phase. Alright, let's do this.
Engage!
And out pops a weapon. I grab it, and now it's back to work. Alright. He's down. And those guys are clustered up, so Martin should get some cheap hits. Oh, one just left. Ooh. Dead. Just how to finish him off. There we go. Good job, guys. For cripe's sake, can I please get this blob? Tree, blob. Tree, blob. Ah, got him. And he's a high level. Perfect. Alright, let's grab you and you. I want to introduce a new gameplay element, and it's mainly because it'll make my life easier. In the past videos, we've seen the blobs do their special move where they jump up and down and they make this very distinct noise. It's kind of a sproing noise. When that happens, then they do their special move and they split in half. You may have noticed when that happens, there's actually a box that appears next to them with a number. The number is usually 1. That's my opportunity to interrupt that move. So if I can get to that box and spin it, then it'll cancel his move for him. And then he just kind of sits there like a chump. So that's why I wanted a blob, so I could hopefully demonstrate that. It'll happen fast. I won't have time to really comment on it. I have about a second, I think, to actually do it. So when you hear that sproing noise, watch the blob, and hopefully I'll be able to interrupt him. That noise is actually very distinct in this game. If you play this game long enough, you'll get a Pavlovian response to that. It's basically an oh shit noise. Something bad is about to happen. Alright, I'll keep my eyes open for that. In the meantime, we're just going to keep beating on these chumps. You may have noticed Michel, in the crossfire, he actually destroyed this bridge, so Martin's stuck over there, and that's fine, but he wouldn't be able to traverse if he wanted to. Alright, I think we're good to go. We're doing pretty good here. This will be the third turn. And as a reminder, just listen for the sproing noise from that blob. I think he'll do it fairly early in the turn, but we'll see. In the meantime, I'll try not to hurt him.
Engage. Break out. I
Alright, I just jammed him. It happened with a lot of other stuff going on the screen at the same time. Hopefully you caught it. Don't worry, it'll happen a lot more times. If he attempts that move again, he'll make the same noise and the box will appear, but this time it'll have a number 2 in it, and that means I have to spin it 2 times. This blob was a high-level monster too. Oh. Alright, I jammed him again. And it took 2 spins that time. Alright, blob down. Good job, guys. We have a white high-level monster. I'm going to shoot for him. There we go. And if I can help it, I'm going to avoid the flashing white monsters for now. And all the blue enemies are trees now. We have a new enemy type on the field. Let's check him out. Let's kick his ass. We have a fairy. We know how those work. I have to hit it once before it'll engage. And then the tree, no, the dryad, excuse me. No surprises here. Alright, let's do this.
engage. Ready. Break out. This is the judgment. It worked. Ready. Break out. This is the
Alright, I better explain what just happened there. Oh shit, Michelle's flashing, he's almost dead. I hit that monster with a cross axe, and one of the attributes of that weapon is it knocks him down. When that happens with an enemy, a little box pops up, and if you spin it, just like you do when you're interrupting the enemy, it will change his elemental affinity. So that monster was white, he was neutral, now he's darkness, he's purple. And that works out perfect because my axe is sanctity. So that's going to fuck him up pretty good, I think. So good job, Michelle. Just don't die on me. Alright, 200% damage. Nice. Ha! He ain't pretty no more. Oops. I shouldn't have equipped there. I was just trying to wake up the fairy. And look at that, the fairy just flew right across. Shoot. Okay, this is gonna get ugly. Oh, son of a bitch. That fairy completed the kill markers. Heh. Alright, nothing to really talk about here. Alright, thanks, Michelle. Good point. So it sounds like Michelle had it pretty rough. I'm going to go ahead and save. Just a quick review of what happened in that last battle. Things happened kind of fast. Michelle began flashing, flickering. That's a sign to me that his vitality was low, so he was about to consume all of his vitality and disappear from the game forever. So because of that, I had to be careful about how I used him. Aside from that, I think everything else got explained. Once again, that monster that I changed the color of, that was because the axe actually launched him into the air and he slammed onto the ground, and that gave me the opportunity to switch his elemental affinity. And as luck would have it, it was a perfect switch. It actually made him vulnerable to the axe by 2 times. Alright, normally here I would fiddle around with my inventory and cut out that part. I'm actually going to skip that part right now. And then I'm going to decline this save. And then what I'm going to do is, after I've recorded these cutscenes and ended this video, I'll reload and go back to that inventory screen, and I'll make a video of that explaining what I'm doing, how I'm giving experience points to my knights, how I'm stacking the weapons, that kind of thing. And here we are, ready for the next scene. So, what did we learn from those cutscenes? For starters, we learned that there's a young girl, I don't know how to say her name, Pish? Peach? I don't think it's Pitch, but regardless, she was asking her grandpa, what's going on with the prince? I miss him. And the grandpa's response was, he's busy. He's busy. Interesting. Furthermore, apparently there's a new witch that got appointed as a general, appointed by the Cardinal. Now, the Cardinal has been mentioned before in a previous cutscene when the knights were discussing, oh shit, someone stole the king's soul. One of the knights mentioned, oh man, that Cardinal's gonna be pissed. So, we have a Cardinal that's apparently pulling some strings somewhere. The next video, like I said, will be covering inventory management. After that, we'll resume the gameplay, and we have ourselves a boss fight. So, it'll be fun. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.